A head coach in a new sport generally has a long-term plan that breaks down into 3 phases. A foundation for the program, then a body of success, followed by achievement at the highest levels. For legendary coach Sue Williams, that process largely went in reverse. Only after she succeeded at the national level was she able to launch women's cross country as a new varsity sport at UC Davis. Part of the first crew of Aggie women's coaches after the passage of Title IX, Williams, then Sue Cumnock, was initially assigned to volleyball during the fall season. Cross country did not exist as a sport for women. Athletics director Joe Singleton allowed her to form a team as a club offering. To become a varsity program, he said, women's cross country had to draw enough interest from the student body, then demonstrate it could be successful. Williams shrewdly advertised the upstart team as a jogging club in the school newspaper, attracting a roster of 48 student athletes that fall. The interest was there. To satisfy the second half of her agreement with Singleton, she took a team to the AIAW National Meet. That's where Tina Annex, now an Aggie Hall of Famer, stepped in. Annex finished 5th in a field of athletes from all levels of college athletics. The deal was complete. UC Davis had a full-fledged women's cross-country team the following year. Annex was Williams' first superstar, but certainly not the last. Between the men's and women's cross-country teams and women's track and field team, Williams coached a total of 75 All-Americans and 8 future Hall of Famers, including Brett Kimple and Patty Gray. Both Kimple and Gray look back at their experiences with great fondness.
Being a member of Sue's teams was fun. Practices were enjoyable, trips on the road were enjoyable, and I think that has a lot to do with Sue's friendliness and her positive attitude. But she also was very good at switching gears when it was time to work and work hard. And certainly she would challenge everybody on the team to dig down and find the most of themselves.
As Patty Gray recalls, one of the ways Williams challenged her athletes was in the form of a grueling interval training. The team completed set after set. Then, at the end of the workout, Williams would give her athletes the option of either calling it a day or doing more. They're optional, she would say. It's completely up to you. Gray remembers looking at her teammates in bewilderment, but ultimately giving her coach that literal extra mile.
And I remember these workouts because they were so mentally and physically demanding. And I always wondered why she structured it that way. And so I asked her about it a few years ago, and she said simply, I had to know, and you had to know, that when the time came in a race, you were tough enough and that you could make the decision on your own to go further. And I thought that was genius. And again, I think it just illustrates how good she was at preparing us for everything.
Williams' technique certainly paid off. Her women's cross-country teams enjoyed a streak of 22 straight trips to the national meet after the NCAA began sponsoring women's championships in 1981. They finished among the top 10 in all but one of those years. When she took over the men's program in 1990, she ended a 6-year drought at the NCAAs with a 4th-place national finish. Williams also won 25 conference titles between her 2 cross-country programs. In 1991, the men finished 4th and the women were 2nd at the Nationals, garnering a Program of the Year nod from Cross Country Journal. That same year, the NCAA celebrated the first 10 years of women's championships. Williams was chosen as the National Coach of the Decade for that span. In addition to her cross-country accomplishments, Williams guided the women's track and field team to 4 top 20 national finishes. She served on the NCAA committees in both sports and even chaired the National Cross Country Committee for all 3 divisions. She earned the university's James Meyer Distinguished Achievement Award for her career as a faculty member. All the while, Williams served as a strong advocate for Title IX and women's athletics, alongside her friend and colleague Pam Gill-Fisher. However, Williams' finest achievement with Aggie athletics is the lasting impression she's had on all of her past student athletes. Their words speak greater volumes than any list of records or awards ever could. Here is her first standout, Tina Annex Harms.
I just appreciate how she was always there for us, and we had an athlete that got injured in a plane accident, and she took all of us in the car to San Francisco to the hospital to visit that athlete. And I just remember thinking, this is somebody that's here for us no matter what. You know, if we're hurt and we can never run again, she's here for us, and we all knew that. So I think it gave us an extra dedication for her in the program.
Hall of Famer and assistant coach Brett Kimple.
And Sue was very good at building confidence and helping you see what you were capable of doing, even when it was really difficult and it didn't seem likely that it could be done. She could help you find that positive outlook and, again, direct that pressure to help you accomplish amazing things. And certainly the success her programs have enjoyed over the years are testament to those abilities.
Hall of Famer Patty Gray Bellin.
She prepared us not just for races and championships and things that happened at UC Davis. She also prepared us for our lives, for our careers, for our families, and continues to stay in contact with so many of us. And thank you, Sue, and thank you to Keith and Seth and Casey, because you're part of the dream team, and we appreciate everything that you did to make our life at Davis amazing. Thanks.
And three-time cross-country All-American Yvonne Liebig-Wilson.
It was because of you that I went to Davis, and I couldn't imagine having run for anyone else and having such a great time while doing it. You were a mother, a guidance counselor, a fabulous coach, and now I'm thankful above all to be able to call you my friend. Congratulations again tonight. I love you, I miss you, but I'll see you again soon.
For a brilliant career as a coach, an educator, and a pioneer, we're proud to honor Sue Williams with her induction into the CAAHOF Athletics Hall of Fame.